Okay, this next move I call the groove step. Looks like this. So the groove step, it's a move that I really like, and it's more of a club move than it really is a house move. And I like it because it's a crossover move, so if you slow it down, it works really well for urban music. And in general, if you're dancing to house or electronic music, you want something that's slower or has some kind of a funky beat to it. And the groove step has a lot of variations to it, which I'll show in a later lesson. But first, let's start with the basic step, and we're going to start by just doing some heel toes because for a lot of beginner dancers, they're not used to this motion. So we're going to focus on pivoting on one heel and one toe like this, and then the other direction. So if we're going to the right, we're going on your right heel and left toe, and then if you're going left heel, right toe, like that. So going to the right and then left. So let's practice that a few times, but before we even get into that, I want to talk about the upper body. So to how your upper body is moving, or if you really need some help and you feel like you're going off, then just grab a chair, hold in front of you, and that'll help you get that isolation until your body muscle kind of memorizes it. So the next part for the upper body is that you'll see that I call it the groove steps. Going back to the grooving move, it looks like I'm going and leaning back a bit. In reality, there's not so much of a leaning back motion. What's really happening is that I'm dropping down and my knees are kind of thrusting like that, which gives it that grooving motion. And my upper body actually leans back very little while my knees do a lot of the work. So it's kind of the secret to the move, is that you're dropping down and it's your knees that are doing the work. They're thrusting forward like this. So in general, let's say especially for electronic music, you want to reduce the back and forth swing. If you're dancing to an R&B like slower track or an urban track, then by all means, if it's really slow, then the grooving actually gives it some kind of style for that kind of music. So we're going to do a practice just with those motions in our practices first, before moving to the actual groove step. But first, let's practice doing that heel toe motion and isolating the upper body first right now. So first, on my count, we're going to go right and then we're going to go left, just working on the heel toes, locking our upper body. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 1, and 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Now let's try throwing in some knee thrusts with that motion, dropping our body down, creating a bit of a groove appearance. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, and 2, and 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 1, and 2. Good. So remember, you're bending your knees to create that drop and creating that groove motion. We'll do that in a practice.